Welcome everybody to Social Food Network. Back again today doing some more basic videos for you. We're going to do a butchery lesson today, so we're doing a whole chicken. A couple of things before we get started. I've got my knives down here. I'm going to use the boning knife today. Obviously we're doing butchery, so I'm going to use my meat knife here, but you can use a chef knife also if you don't have a boning knife. So really quickly, I'm just going to give that a quick sharpen. Like we mentioned in our previous video, just 2 or 3 times each side should keep it nice and sharp. So one thing about my board, obviously I've got a separate board for raw meat. I've just put a little bit of kitchen paper wet underneath there just to basically hold the board in place, so when we're doing all the cutting it's not going to move. And I've got my chicken here. So basically what we're doing with the chicken is I'm going to break it down for you into the sort of 8 portions of the chicken. So that's going to be the wings, the breasts, the thighs and the drumsticks. So, lovely free-range chicken here. Just going to pop that on my board. First thing we need to do, so we're going to take the legs off. Have the legs facing towards you here. Just hold the drumsticks at the top and just pull that towards you, just to loosen it up a little bit, and then open it up there. So the first cut we're going to do to take the legs off is just going to be between the leg and the breast there. So you're going to slice through, and you're already going to see inside, okay? So slice through there. Now when you get to this point, you don't have to go that far down. Just lift the whole chicken up and just until you hear a bit of a crack, and you go in with a knife round here. Now on the back here, just at the top of the leg, you can see what's called the oyster. So we want to get that out, so we're just going to cut round that there. And that's going to take out the oyster, and then we just follow the carcass round, and off comes the leg. Okay, so very simple. And then we're going to turn it back over and do the other side. So slice through between the leg and the breast. Like I was saying, if you've got a nice sharp knife, this will be so much easier. So we're just going to get through, and we're going to lift it up, and again, we're just going to crack the leg. We're going to go round to get the oyster out, and then we're just going to follow it round to take off the leg. Okay, so we've got 2 legs there. We're going to leave them for now. I'm going to focus on the breast. So this is when I turn the chicken around. So where the legs were, now they are away from you. And what we're going to do is you feel down the center here, you can feel the backbone. Just go to the top, put your knife at the top on one side of the backbone, and just slowly all the way down. Let the knife do the work. You don't need to press hard. Nice long strokes until you hit the bones at the bottom. Take your thumb in, and then just open it up a little bit, and then you can see what you're doing with your knife. So all you do with your knife now is you just use the knife, angle it towards the carcass so it's hitting the bones, so you're getting every little bit of meat off. And then at some point you're going to have to cut through where the wing is. You'll feel the bone here, and you just go straight through with your knife, and you just cut through there. And then we're just going to, so as you're slicing, just pull it away from the carcass. And then it's at this point where we go the other way. So turn your knife round, and you just follow the carcass nice and slowly, small slices back up, and that's one breast off. Okay, so it's lovely. We haven't got any meat left on here. We're going to do the exact same on the other side. Okay, so find the backbone, knife on the other side of it, and you're just going to use the knife to follow it down. And then when you've got down to the bottom again, we open it up. I'm going to turn my knife round, and I'm just going to follow again the carcass of the chicken, small slices. I'm going to open it all up, and then I'm going to put my knife through, and I'm going to move it up. So we're going all the way up through there. I'm just going to cut that bit off. Follow it down. And again, we get to the point where we need to cut through the wing bone. So we're going to cut through there. And again, we've got our breast off in one piece, all nice. So the carcass, in a later episode, we're going to go through a chicken stock. So I'm just going to place that to one side for now. And we're just going to trim this up a little bit. So inside the breast, you've got this fillet here, which obviously you can leave on for the purpose of this video, because we're just cutting it into 8, we'll leave it on. But you can just take that off, and that will come in handy for another dish. So slice down the front here, you've got a little bit of sinew, a bit of cartilage that we're just going to take out. I'm just going to tidy that up there, so that comes off. Then we're going to take this little flapper skin off here. So all we're doing now is we're just tidying up the breast so it looks really neat. And then we're going to take the wing out. So knife on an angle, and all you're going to do is just under the bone now, under the knuckle, take the wing out. So we've got our first wing there. And again, we've just got a little bit of skin here that we're just going to tidy up. Just nick off into our bowl. And there we go. So that's one really nice trimmed up chicken breast. I'm going to pop that into our tray there. Now we're going to do the exact same on this side. So trim off the fat here. Turn it back over. If it needs tidying up here, we just tidy it up there. And then we're just going to nick the wing out. So turn it over, knife under the bone of the wing, and then just on an angle, just all the way through. So there's all the chicken breast. Again, nicely prepped. That's going to go into a tray as well. So the slightly more technical bit. Now these wings, you can leave them like this. I'm just going to run through with you if you wanted to trim them up. So these are 3 joints. So you've got a joint here and a joint here. So I'm just going to nick the tip off there. If you feel down the wing, you can feel where the bones actually join, and that's where you go through with a knife. So we're just going to leave this wing like this. And then we're going to prep this other wing, just take that tip off. So again, feel the joints, one here and one here, and just let your knife do the work. If you find the right place, then obviously you shouldn't really meet much resistance, you should just be able to go straight through. So there are 2 wings. I'm just going to pop them in the tray now. So that's your 4 pieces already done, breasts, wings. And then we're going to do the thigh and the drumstick. So very similar to the wing, you're going to find where the bones actually meet. Okay, so if you just give a good feel, you should just be able to go straight through with a knife. Okay, so we're just going to trim this fat up a little bit. If you wanted to bone them out, then now would be the point where you bone them out, but that's for a later day. So that's our thigh there. Just going to fold that over so it looks all lovely, and that's going to go into a tray as well. And this is obviously our drumsticks. We just pull the skin down, and that's a lovely meaty drumstick. So into there. And then again, we're going to go with the other leg. We're going to have a little feel around. If you find it easy, you can always turn it and do it from the other side. Just have a little feel where the joints are, and you just go straight through with your knife. Let the knife do the work. Like I say, if you find that right place, you won't meet much resistance, and you can just go straight through. So we've got our other drumstick there, and we've got our other thigh here. So let's trim this off a little bit. There we go. I'm going to roll that over. Perfect. So there we have it. We have our 8-piece chicken. We've broken the breasts down. So our 2 lovely breasts. We've got our 2 big wings, a couple of drumsticks, and a couple of thighs. Dead simple. We will go through the chicken stock with you at a later date. So we're going to use our carcass. We're not going to waste anything. And that's another video from Social Food Network. If you like what you've seen today, if you've got any things you want to ask us, please comment below. Subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for any notifications for our new videos. And thank you very much for taking the time again. Bye bye.